the Sunderland Museum and Winter Gardens. It is here in Sunderland in northeast England, a bit south of the River Wear, pretty much in the center of Sunderland. It is this big building there. Free entry. One can just walk in and look at it. When one comes in, there's first the cashier. If a person wants to buy something, they have stuffed animals there and other things, some book and some little things and some different things. At one place a person can make a coin, press a coin in the museum also later on. One can donate, there are different places where one can donate, also at the cashier point. That is one part of which the museum is financing itself with. And there can be stuffed animals bought. Then there is on the left, when one comes in, a big section where a lot of pottery is, of glass pottery which was made in Sunderland in the centuries past. And there's also a grand piano standing for occasional piano concerts given during the summer months. When the museum is big, there are different sections. There's one about dinosaurs, and also in the Winter Garden Park, there are some places dinosaurs standing inside of the garden. The garden where one can go up the stairs and then up around. There's also a lift going up, and then the roundabout at the top of the Winter Gardens, which was destroyed in the bombing 1941 in the Second World War and then rebuilt. And there are other sections. There's one about prehistoric time, there's one about prehistoric time of England or Sunderland, which was around 10,000 years ago and 5,000, 2,000 years ago. Then there is a boat, and there are new boats. There were a lot of boats built in Sunderland here in the River Wear in the 18th, 19th century. I think they said even 700 years back, so for centuries. And there are quite some model ships. There's a big rope, there are different parts about ships, also steel ropes and some things how they were made. And coal making, there's a big section about coal making. At different places there are videos running where people have acted how they lived at the time, but also in the coal mining parts. There's a big half-a-ton coal block and different things about coal mining, and also about how the workers were organized and where the mines were in these regions here around Sunderland, and how the people lived. There's a child room of the 50s and 90s, and another section of the museum, and different places, different things showed what people have typically eaten, and different types of how much money they had over the decades and the centuries. There's the art gallery. There's one big exhibition about people who are active in community life and have made an active life currently, about female people who did that. And there's a big art gallery with centuries old painting, partly very big. There's a big one with a castle and ships and also portraits of people. And lots of different things. So around 10 different sections, big rooms, each of them with around 100 different things. One was about animals, with stuffed out animals. A tiger was there, which died of natural cause, was written. There was a lion and other animals, an peacock and an eagle and a crocodile or an alligator, and different other animals and so on. Other animals related something to that, and about forests. So different parts of animals were hiding in the forest, about nature, the history of a place, England, of the Victorian times, of the pottery making, lots of different things, painting, and a gallery with the current theme. And then the Winter Gardens also with dinosaurs were standing, and there are different plants there, and fishes were there. There are 15 different fishes, also bigger fishes there. They should not be fed, one should not touch the water going down the waterfall. Children should be supervised at the water pool, and so on. One should not eat and drink in the museum. But that is the museum. Free entry, one can just walk in, look around. Donations are welcome. And I'm in no way sponsored or affiliated with the Sunderland Museum and Winter Gardens.